everybody, this is Brandon with Sips, Truths, and Flicks.
And I'm Kevin.
And this is...
I'm Zeb with the Old Nick Williams Farm and Distillery.
And we're here today to now talk about their Jamaican rum, right?
That is correct.
Because we've tasted all the delicious bourbons, and now we're going to move into the rum. So, why don't you tell us how you got into the rum game?
Yep, started with a trip down to the island of Jamaica. Fell in love with the rich, bold flavor of Jamaican style rum. If you've never been there, the rum's different than anywhere in the world. It's got what I call the funk.
Well, let me tell you something. In my background, when you run into the funk, you got to get that shit treated. Okay? Quick.
Unfortunately, this will treat it.
All right, fair enough.
So anyway, fell in love with that bold, heavy flavor of Jamaican style rum and started studying how you got those flavors into the rum. And the fermentation process of Jamaican style rum is one that you just kind of let it sit after it does the trick and let artificial bacteria take over, convert alcohol into different flavors, and then that translate over in distillation. So it really intrigued me.
Let me stop you. So when you say let it sit, you mean once you've made it, you let it sit? Open to air, or when
once
you pour
I've
it, you let it sit?
fermented the sugar cane.
Okay.
So in Jamaica, they're actually using sugar cane juice,
Right.
because they're freshly grinding it there. However, I don't have sugar cane here, and if I were to order sugar cane juice, it would be fermented by the time it gets here with wild bacteria.
Yep.
So what happens, we're actually going to use fancy molasses to start our process. The fancy molasses is much more stable. It comes to me, and then we'll start the fermentation from there. Once the fermentation is complete, I'm going to leave the fermentation sitting for an additional 2 to 4 weeks, depending on the time of the year, how hot it is outside, and I can now I'm to the point where I can smell when I'm ready to distill it.
You know.
Wow.
I know.
So which one of these will we be trying first?
Well, I think, you know, trying wise, if you're sitting and just sipping, our aged rum is the way to go. Just like just like your dark spirits. This is a sipper. Been in the barrel for about 3.5 years, depending on when we are dumping. And then we've also got a white rum at 80 proof, and then our white overproof at 126 proof. We did the overproof rum just kind of as a dedication to the island of Jamaica. They do an overproof rum down there. All of them are done at 126 proof. So we just kind of did that for the novelty of it. However, if I'm on the island, what I'm drinking is their overproof rum.
So number one, that'll put your Peter in mashed potatoes. But number two, when you go to Jamaica, you're talking about these. Does it matter if it's distilled in like Negril or Montego Bay? Like, does that matter? Or
actually, none of the distilleries other than the big dog Ray and Nephew are in actual town or in cities. If you want to get into the real heart of the Jamaican distilleries, Appleton's, Hamden, you're going to go to the mountains.
Right.
Most of these guys are built in valleys surrounded by the mountains. That way when the hurricanes come or the winds come, they're protected, and so is the sugar cane. So the best Jamaican rum comes from the mountains.
So it has nothing necessarily to do with the water?
No, it's all the process. The process of the fermentation, letting it sit and develop the esters and the flavors that are going to translate into distillation, and then their distillation process. They actually use a double retort system. So in redneck terminology, we all know what thumpers are, right? So in Jamaican, a retort is a thumper. So we run 2 thumpers for the system. It's a single pass. We're going to put the molasses fermentation in the main kettle. In the first thumper, we'll put what's called the low wines. It's going to be your low proof spirit, anywhere from about 30 to 110, 120 proof. It's going to be all the spirit that carries the oils and the flavors and all of that. Then in thumper number 2, we're going to put the high wines, which is your high proof spirit, that 160, 140 to 160, 180 proof. So you run through both retorts, and at the end of the day, we collect about 7 to 8% hearts. Where typically you're collecting somewhere around 50 to 60% hearts, we're going to be collecting 7 to 10%, and the rest of all the spirit made goes back into the next run.
Oh, okay.
So everything is reused for the next one.
So, real quick before we start tasting,
What I heard was making the rum is going green. There's a lot of reduce, reuse, recycle.
Yeah.
Anybody else get that?
That's with all liquor making, actually. I mean, every bit we use goes right back in and we distill it again.
That's what I heard.
So what I was going to ask was, you know, we've learned that obviously you come from a long line of bourbon makers, and your family was getting into the rum business a big learning curve, or was it easy to fall into? How was that?
Or was it a family faux pas, if you will?
I think it was
faux pas?
I think
Anyway.
it was for me. You know, the rum, I fell in love with the flavor of the Jamaican style rum.
Right.
And this was one that I started reading and researching how to make it, and it intrigued me. I mean, the in depth. I mean, there are patented papers written that expressly go in how to put these flavors into the rum.
Yeah.
And it just intrigued me, and I wanted to figure out how to make the funkiest rum I could.
Yeah. Cool
See?
deal. Let's
You keep
taste it.
talking about it. Stop giving us the tip and let's try
Let's
it.
taste it.
Right on. Yeah, we start with wider days here.
Whatever you say, buddy.
pick. We're in your house.
You're the
this
bartender.
This has been in the barrel for a little over 3 years.
All right.
And do you have like alerts on your phone that lets you know when you should crack a barrel? How does that work?
That's a good question.
That is a great
Thank
question.
you, Brandon, for pointing out that is a good question.
They have something called calendars, Kevin.
Where's class number 4?
Oh, it's right here.
What?
I went from the left side last time. I was confused.
Oh, that's all right.
We're all confused. So this is the we're on the Jamaican rum, and this one is the one that you call what?
We don't call it anything but Jamaican
Other
rum.
than Jamaican
Yep.
rum.
Yep. Our white rum we call white rum, and our
Okay.
overproof we call overproof white rum.
So we're on the straight up Jamaican now.
And I don't know why, but that first little pass through my nares gave me the hint of a cigar, and I don't know why.
Does that smell caramel?
Like a,
I do too.
you
I
still
get
call him a
caramel.
liar.
I know, I promise
You said
you.
what he said.
Big time.
Big time. Big
Well, maybe
time.
it was a caramel cigar. How about that?
That'd be a good. sweet
Maybe it was-
cigar.
maybe-
No,
it was a
it
cigar
does. Straight.
dipped in
It
rum.
smells like caramel for real. You're just mad because you don't smell it.
Oh yeah, maybe not Alembai.
Let's give us a
Island
taste. Here we go. Cheers,
Cheers,
to the
gentlemen.
Island Boys. Yeah. I will definitely sit and drink that all day.
Yum.
Golly, that's good.
Yum.
That is good. And I'm a rum guy. So, for all of our listeners out there, we do a lot of bourbon tasting, and I do like bourbon, but this is my thing right here. I'm a rum. I love rum, and that is good rum.
That's
Golly,
got a
that's
really good sweet flavor. I can't quite pinpoint it because it's sitting on my hiatal hernia. But here in just a second, I'm gonna tell you about it.
Go ahead and say you taste nutmeg.
There's no nutmeg in there.
No
Or-
nutmeg in that.
So,
Look at them legs.
I know.
All right, so I'm gonna go back to that.
Look
when you
at
say
them.
legs,
Look at
what
them
is that
dancing.
you're meaning?
Look at them
Those
legs
oils,
dancing.
yeah. See
They're
that
dancing,
run
So
down
it's kind of like a
glass?
wine. Like
Yeah,
when-
that's
see,
right.
That's what that
Brandon
means.
don't get out much. He don't know about the legs on this
Listen,
lady
I love
right
long
here.
legs and a big nose. Ain't that right, baby?
Brandon, look at them legs. You don't know nothing about that. That is good right there.
My wife is 5'10", flat-footed. I know all about legs. I'm 5 foot nothing. I promise
Yeah,
you.
you
I
are.
know.
Looking up. Wife is looking
That's
up.
what I told her. I said, baby. She was like, who would ever put us together? I said, baby, you gotta look down every now and again. There's a whole world down here.
Speaking of off topic, my wife and I dressed up as him and his wife for their Halloween party. So for every picture, I bent down so that my wife could get here. So yeah, his wife is pretty tall. Ain't she?
Yeah.
Man,
And
so
gorgeous.
this rum, this
Is
good.
very good, but
This
I'll be
is
honest
really
with you.
good.
Like I felt like if I put this in Coke, I'd be ruining it. And maybe that's just because I like to drink everything neat or with ice.
And you would. However, I've learned a long time ago, I won't ever deter anybody from how they want to drink my spirit. So if you want to put it in whatever you want to put it in, you can put it in that. However, if you want to mix a cocktail,
Those are
that's
the ones
where
for the
these
cocktail?
come in.
Okay.
Yep. So fancy mojito, painkiller, pina colada, daiquiri. I mean, we can name all day with a rum.
So you would say this one here that we're tasting now is more of your sipping.
Absolutely.
Okay.
These two would be more for your cocktail.
Right. Well, this one would be for the average person's cocktail, And this will be for my cocktail.
the awesome person
That's the
cocktail.
mashed taters.
Yeah, that would be for the awesome people right here.
Yeah, that one's the awesome one. Yeah, that one is actually 126 proof. We call it our overproof, and it packs a powerful punch, so much that the Busted Barrel has a 2-drink limit per day if you're ordering overproof rum.
And who keeps up with this once again?
ABC board.
So you know, if somebody orders one of those, you keep your eye on them. Like
Absolutely.
that guy's had one of these overproof painkillers. One more, and he's got to get something different.
Now we have a few special guests that they don't have limits, but most people we kind of watch.
How do I make that guest list? I want to be on that guest list.
You have to prove your good behavior.
Okay, all right. So I can't be up in here shirt off, like jumping on
That's
stage. Okay, well good. Well then I'm good. I'm golden.
So, if we were to try another one of these, which one would you recommend before we get to the taters?
Well,
you only have one other option.
Well, I was letting Zeb lead the way.
that's the
Kevin.
power of deduction.
So
There's
which
a
one of these
50%
two
chance.
before we get to this one? Well, probably this one, Brandon.
Fair enough.
So with this one, you know, as we add water, you're bringing the proof down. You're diminishing the flavors,
Okay.
and that's ultimately why bourbons can't be barreled over 125 proof, because as they do, they get watered down, and then you start taking the flavor out of them, etc. So this one is going to pack more of that original rum flavor.
Okay.
Where this one is going to just be more on the mellow side. However, they both have more flavor than you're used to in like a Bacardi or your traditional white style rums.
Right.
So are we diving in?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's dive in.
Well, that means
I need
we're going
cleanser
to drink
powder.
quick.
Yeah, chug them down. I was trying to think of the drink when I was in Jamaica one time. I drank a bunch of this certain drink by the pool, but I don't remember what it was called. But I kept telling them that they
Hangover.
weren't putting anything in it. No, I just kept drinking. It was like, it never did anything. And I can't remember what it was called. Oh, I know what it was called. A damn Purple Rain is what it was called.
Well, see, that just sounds all wrong.
It does. But I like Prince. I'm
Well,
a
he
Prince
does.
fan. But I just kept telling them, like, y'all aren't putting anything in there. And finally the guy told me, like, hey, our job is pretty much to make you drink all day and night, so we kind of go back and forth.
Well, as
So
my
some would have alcohol, some would.
when you go to
Dude,
these-
y'all need to visit where I go to Jamaica.
Well-
They don't think about that at all.
Well, luckily, we're all best friends now, and
So-
we're all traveling together.
So
yeah, man, let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
do
like,
some
to the
rum
island.
research.
my wife calls that, they put that real liquor in there.
Mhm.
Pineapples, you know what that means.
we ain't going to get touched that one.
Yeah, let's go stay away from it.
Did
too.
y'all get a fourth cup back here? For our invisible thing? All right, so what, Brandon, what do you get with this one? Nutmeg?
No, but no, but there's something in there. It's not olive juice. What is that? What is that? It smells good though.
I smell candy corn.
That's what I
Stop
smell.
trying
But
to-
I think I've
you
eaten,
lie again.
I've eaten so much
Stop.
candy corn for the last week.
Stop riding his coattails on his flavors, would you?
Don't make me get my tears out. Stop.
No riding coattails
That's
here,
right.
boys.
That's
we don't
right.
ride coattails. We don't have tears. Let's taste it.
Nosy. Wait a minute.
See, light, delicate.
Aquafina. It tastes like water.
It is.
So good. That is. That's so good.
It's very good. I wouldn't call it Aquafina because you're gonna get in trouble.
Well, that has
Maybe La Blue.
This has the smoothest. It just rides right down. I'm gonna throw one for you out there. Right past your uvula, it just rides right past it, just smooth
Down the vocal
Damn,
cords,
it's
esophagus,
smooth.
from
That
the
shit
face.
is smooth. That shit is smooth. Damn, that's good.
It's a baby's butt.
Golly, that is good.
And then you get to the overproof, and what it does from there, we just step up a little bit more flavor.
But there's a hint in there of something I'm tasting. I
I think I get the sweetness of the molasses.
it's a sweetness. That's what it is.
It's the sweetness of the
It's the
molasses.
sweetness.
The
The
sweetness.
sweetness. It's molasses sweetness.
So,
Sweetness.
so here's what I would do so far when we've not tasted the third one. This one, as you said, is a sipper. I trust that 100%. This one, for me, I would mix this with some Coke.
Yeah.
I'm a rum and Coke
Exactly.
guy.
Yeah.
And it would be super dangerous because I don't think you. I think if you poured your glass like this full and then put like that much Coke, I don't think you would even taste this. It's a scary good. It's so easy drinking. Golly, it's good.
And that it is. I prefer it with a little bit of splash of OJ or pineapple juice.
You know why? We're gonna start calling that the showstopper. So good, it's so smooth. After a couple drinks,
This
You're
is
not
the
wearing
showstopper.
pants.
Oh,
you're wearing
you-
a showstopper.
You didn't even taste
This
it.
is the
That's
showstopper.
the showstopper.
I'm not touching that one.
Yeah. Oh no, you're touching it down your uvula is what you're gonna touch.
Down the old hatchet, if you will.
Oh, let me make sure I got it.
Gosh,
Is that a friend with a yacht?
Just know when I hit the Powerball, I'm buying a yacht, and I'm gonna text you about it. We're gonna go
But
out.
we cannot
We'll
name
sell
it.
to Jamaica.
But we cannot name it a
Whiskey.
certain name that has been trademarked.
No, you can as long as I'm riding on it.
Oh, if I get there before you do, you're riding on it. Now, I promise you.
Don't worry, we're gonna ride that yacht all the way to
What's
Jamaica.
it called again? Just so I remember.
Whiskey me away.
I want you to have it. It's perfect. Whiskey me away. Golly, that's good. All right, so now third tasting. We're on the white overproof.
Now, boys, this takes it up a notch.
We're gonna take it up a notch, and we're on the white overproof here. So, what proof are we at right now?
126.
126. Brandon, stretch out. Get you.
4 minutes.
I am.
Get it stretched out. Let me get this.
See, to me, that nose picks up
So-
tremendously.
All right. So here's what I'm gonna do. I want to smell this one.
That's where
What's
it's
that
at.
nose?
You can definitely feel.
You don't count.
That's true. My nose is muted.
No, you can definitely
Oh, big
Oh,
If
I
you-
can
yeah,
smell
yeah.
it. Let me see that.
do that.
Big
Do that.
difference.
Yeah, you. This overproof has it is more
Oh,
of
wait
a
a minute.
defined.
No, you're
Oh
right.
yeah,
Big difference.
this one smells like it's
Yep.
gonna be.
No, you're
stronger.
right.
This is my favorite juice this.
I feel like it's gonna punch me square in the face.
But, gentlemen, for 126 proof, incredibly smooth.
So let me ask you something while we're sipping this, and cheers, by the way. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Sir,
Could
Brandon,
you go?
Brandon, you missed me.
I'm sorry, there. Could you tell us what price is?
Yes, this one's right around 24 bucks.
Okay.
This one's right around 27 or 28 bucks. Price changed here in the state a few months ago, so I'm still a little bit jacked up on
yeah.
it. And then this one is right there around 28 bucks as well.
But the good news is they're all less than $30.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
they're all-
Here's
they're all
what I would say the
cost-effective.
price is. Doesn't matter, doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Come buy them. Golly, they're good.
Cheers.
They're so good.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Got a little heat.
It
'cause
does
it's
at
high
the
proof.
very end.
High proof.
At the very end. It goes down surprisingly well though.
For it
The
to be
flavor.
as high as it is, it goes down well.
That's what I'm gonna say right here. The flavor.
The
The
flavor.
flavor.
It's not blowing off my toenails, which is a good sign.
The flavor though, I'm with you. The flavor. It's a little hot. It's a little hot at the end, but that flavor is golly, that's good.
Well, that's
Well,
because
like I
you're.
said, this goes in your painkiller. This goes in the mojito.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
You ain't sipping on that.
Here's what I'm gonna do. When I get ready to leave, I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna buy this amongst some other things. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna pour this with a cherry Coke.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do.
That'd be good.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm doing this one with cherry Coke.
If you drink two
Be
of
careful.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be very careful.
We're gonna
because
call
I think
that-
I might have to work tomorrow, but I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
we're
work
gonna call it the
tomorrow.
ambulance chaser if you drink two of them.
Now I'm gonna get this overproof, and I'm gonna do cherry Coke, and I'm gonna name it something, and I'm
Let
gonna
me know.
submit it to you, and I hope that it becomes a drink.
I'm just gonna let you know this is good. It is smooth, but I've reached my threshold and I don't have the levels to sip on this.
So you're gonna shoot it down.
Mm-hmm.
I feel you.
I'm with you.
So yeah, I want to make something with this, and I want to name it. I want to name it something. Well, can I make a name of a drink for this bar?
Oh, I'm sure you can.
I'll think of it.
Yeah, let's say.
If you need-
I'm not gonna do it right now.
Are you trying to name the bar?
No, no.
Oh.
Name the drink at the bar.
Oh well, let me know because
With-
I'll be under the bar.
With this white overproof, and it's gonna have like either a cherry. Never mind. I ain't even gonna say it. I got it. I
He
got it.
said, I got it.
I got it. I got it.
It's a mind at work right there.
So
folks.
here's my biggest surprise of all.
Yep.
We're in Louisville, North Carolina,
Right.
once again, with ONW.
Mm-hmm.
Bourbon makers from before America was even born.
100%. If it's a lie, they told it.
And we are drinking rum
Mm-hmm.
that is some of the best rum I've ever tasted.
Not sitting in the blue chair and no sand on their feet.
Nope.
That's
And
right.
some of the best rum we've ever tasted.
Yep.
And I I mean, I can't say enough how excited I am about this whole experience.
You know
I'm
the
excited you're
Dude,
here.
it's so cool. It is so cool.
The funny-
Don't you try to bring out some great question.
No, what I was going to say.
Don't ruin my moment. I'm trying to be cool. I'm trying to be cool right now. And he's got tongue.
No, that's not me. The funny thing
I'm trying to
about
just
it
say,
was-
here's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
We're at a place where historically is a bourbon place, but you have ventured out into rum. There's also vodkas, gins, a lot of other stuff we ain't touched. This right here, I'm a rum guy.
You are.
This is the best rum I've ever had.
But here's the question I have. I've never been to the rum distilleries in Jamaica, but I feel like because the best rum, like you said, the Appleton and whatnot, is set in the mountains, protected by the hurricanes. Think about where we're sitting right here with all these trees and stuff around us.
Yeah, we're protected.
We're in our own Jamaica. Jamaica American.
Jamaican.
Jamaican. You messed it up.
Say it if I ask you.
We're protected by Ronnie's chicken wings.
Damn, you know Ronnie?
Yeah.
Oh
They
boy,
protected
I'm one
us.
exit up, son. Ronnie's,
Hey,
get you some.
Guess where we might have to go after this?
Hey, y'all
It's
better
not
bring
an
some
if.
damn wings back.
We will.
We're going to have to go there sober up.
All right, so let me ask you this question because I'm a rum and coke guy.
Yep.
Out of these rums, what is your #1 cocktail at the Busted Barrel Bar from these rums?
Easy. Painkiller.
Painkiller.
I will
And you
tell
use this
you-
one, the overproof?
No, so we use our regular.
No, we're scared of that one.
We use our regular.
Okay.
You can purchase your painkiller. It's called the Overkiller.
Or the intubator.
If you want the overproof.
That's
And I'll
cousin.
tell you, one of my best friends in Jamaica, his name is Kenroy Bacchus. Kenroy, I hope you're listening.
Shout out.
I use your painkiller recipe here, and it's our top selling drink.
Out of every drink or the rum drink?
The rum drink.
Okay, old fashioned is your
Old
top.
fashioned
Okay.
takes
So out of the
it.
rum drinks. Okay.
Our painkiller, hands down.
But honestly, the coolest thing about that is, like you said earlier, we're in the middle of nowhere. And this gentleman is using a recipe from Jamaica and bringing it here to put in his drink. And guess what? You can't make that shit up.
Can't make it
So,
up.
real quick, we're probably running out of time. Did you go down to Jamaica and bring them samples? And was like, here's what I'm doing now. And were they like, I don't know, guys.
I don't know,
Not
mine.
good.
No,
You taste
mine.
it but in my eyes.
Not
No,
good.
mine.
Not good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so the first few times I took samples and I actually got it in front of the master distiller at Hamden Distillery, and he lit me up a few times. Told me things I need to probably make
Yeah.
adjustments on and
Yeah.
things I needed to look at. And I think we're where we need to be.
And by the way, those adjustments are secret.
So did you get down there with what we have now and people were like,
Yep.
oh yeah, man.
No, to be honest with you, I would never take this down and even try to sell it on the island of Jamaica and disrespect them.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Well, no, not sell it, but in front of the
have they
distillery.
tasted
Did you
it?
get
the
and
blessing?
like, oh yeah, man.
You know, I don't know if I got the blessing. Because again, things are looked at a little different from the big guys to the little guys. Let's
Very
always
true,
keep
very
that
true.
in mind.
It's
right?
one, yeah.
So, you know, again, from a business standpoint, I don't believe in stepping on toes.
Yeah.
These guys gave me unbelievable knowledge and unbelievable information when I was asking for it, and I think I've given them. I think we've done them justice. Well, what I
Yeah.
can do with what I'm dealt with.
Yep.
I will
100%.
never make Jamaican rum, but I'll make Jamaican rum.
100%. And on that, thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you. I'm Brandon,
Kevin
I'm Zeb.
and this is Sibs, Trips, and Flicks.
at ONW in Louisville, North Carolina. Please come visit ABC Store. Can they request this? Is this an ABC Store?
All of them. Request them all. This one is a special order. They can get it for you. These are regular orders. OldNickWhiskey.com.
Yes, please visit the website, oldnickwhiskey.com. ABC Store, request it, Jamaican Rum, ONW Whiskey, and we're gonna come back several times. I think this is my favorite place.
It may
Mine
not
too.
be it may not be on the podcast, but we're gonna be here.
All right, see y'all.
See ya.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.